Hey, Leo. I think we're on. Are we on, Leo? Okay, cool. We're on. Hi. Happy Easter. And this is your Easter reading. It's very exciting to read for you guys. You guys there's always a thrill in every Leo reading. And so let's get moving. Kitty cats. First card come up for you is the Emperor. Okay, so if you have a Leo rising, a Leo moon, or a Leo in Venus, this is the reading for you. Major Arcana stuff going on for you this month. This is the card of the Father. So if you are a father, or if you have someone in your midst or around you while you're watching this reading who is a father, that energy is front and center. So again, if you are a Leo who has lost a father, this time of year may bring that energy back. You might be thinking about your father, or you may be thinking about the qualities of the father. And so this is a protector. This man is someone who's able to come up with a plan that will allow all of the members of the household or the organization or the society even, or the extended family to function in a way that feels not only secure, but also that feels very how should we say it? Traditional, but not just traditional. What I'm hearing from your guys is there's comfort in knowing that this person is there and has all the bases covered. And so that's coming up, and that type of energy is out there. Now, if this is actually you and you're the one who needs to provide this type of security and comfort for others, you're going to be able to meet those requirements and not to worry. And if you've had some concerns, that is not going to be a problem for you. The other possibility for Leo is that they're dealing right now with some authority figure who is a good person, but also someone who, or even if it's not a person, it's a structure or it's a way of doing things that's acceptable. And so that's going to be a little bit front and center. Like, how do you learn how to fit in and understand what the rules of the game are? How do you make sure that you're meeting all the requirements so that you can get your foot in the door here? And so for some of you, that's coming up as well. You might also be looking for a patron. And if you're looking for a patron, that person will come through you, and that person will help you regulate things and just make sure that everything is set up properly so that it has a sustainability factor to it. So that when people go to the well, there's something in the well, basically. That's what I'm hearing. Again, your guides want to speak to you a little bit about government and what's going on right now in politics and how you see that. It seems as if you were feeling, and this is interesting because politics isn't usually something that we speak to, but you're feeling pretty comfortable with the politics of the day in some way, or there's been some change in your thinking, and that could be on a local level or on a national level. You're enjoying watching it, if nothing else. Queen of Pentacles comes up. Okay, that's interesting because you are, of course, a fire sign, and so this queen's been coming up a lot. She's very grounded, and she knows how to make a buck and how to hold on to it. And so again, interesting with that father figure card. Now we have a mother figure card, and she's the one who actually can make everyone feel welcome. Everyone will have a place at the table when this woman is involved. She's not showy, or at least at her core, her priority is to take care of those she loves, and to have a place set for them at all times. And so if you're going home, you may have a mother and father one of them is, you know, he sits at the head of the table and he knows a lot about, you know, world politics and that kind of thing. And then there's the mother who is cooking away and getting everything prepared so that she can nurture and serve those around her. Kind of a traditional feel I'm getting from this reading. But now she's coming up in the challenge position, and so you may be challenged a little bit by her need or her neediness or her inability to understand the fact your personality or what it is, you know, your playfulness, that could be coming up as well. But these are all good cards so far. Again, if you're looking for love, it can very much mean that, you know, there's someone coming forward for you who's very like a patriarch, someone who's very well-to-do, even someone who may be older than you or feel older than you. You know, as a Leo female, this could feel pretty good. You'd be protected and provided for sure. And so not a terrible thing. Also a very important person, a very important man could be coming in. So if you're worried about finances, having a hard time keeping up with the Joneses, this is the guy who definitely, or the gal, even this type of energy, who can round you out. So justice comes up. So we have two major arcana cards. This is a very interesting reading. So fairness, what's fair, what's not, what's outside the bounds of the law. Someone gets the better of you, or you feel as if someone's getting the better of you, or something has occurred that's not allowing you to feel as if, you may not understand actually something that's occurred, because it just kind of comes out of left field and you're like, whoa, what just happened there? So that kind of energy is also showing up here, and not just, you know, not to just let this go, because this situation, whatever it is, needs to be investigated, and you need to make sure that everything, all the I's have been dotted and the T's have been crossed, and whatever situation has occurred, that it is fair and in your favor. So again, with the cards that precede this card, it seems as if there could, for some of our folks out there, our Leos, there could have been some sort of rule or regulation or some sort of governing body who perhaps has made a ruling that seems very unfair to you. And so the way to deal with that is to investigate and to look into it, and to make sure that they're not just doing their job per se, because they're just pushing things through. Maybe if you were to bring this back into the courtroom or back into the governance of whatever this body is, you may get a different result. So let's do another card here. Very interesting. Okay. Oh, my card has an ink stain. You can see I read these cards all the time. So this is interesting. So now we're getting the 9 of Wands. And I think I'm going to do a 5-card spread here because this is so interesting in that it seems your guides are trying to explain a situation possibly to some of you, but we have the 9 of rods and it's reversed. So what does that mean? Well, basically something in something you've been working on for quite some time, depended upon, that you were sure that this was going to happen the way you had expected, even though you were a little bit suspect already of some part of the situation. It seems as if the situation sort of fell apart. And so if this isn't resonating, this is very specific for some guides that are trying to speak to some of our Leos. And so what it means is that you have to go back to the 8. And usually when I get a card like this, it's reversed. That's your guide saying go back to the card before, which is the 8. The 8 is all about communication. And it's like 8 arrows that are going and they're hitting their targets. So this card basically just tells us that you got to go back to square one and communicate. And again, if this is about a legal situation or something that occurred that you weren't expecting, some communication could right the situation, because it seems like whatever happened is just like nobody's watching over it. It's like sort of some governing body that's out there, but there's no specific real live person taking care of it. So you can't just let it go. You got to go back and you got to write letters, communicate, work on getting it righted. Now, if you're looking for love, I do want to say that, again, we had said that this person, this important person, protector, provider type of person may be coming into your life, and that it's pretty neat for a Leo to have a really important person at their back, because you are the showman, the thespian, very charismatic. And so this could be someone who's drawn to you, attracted to you, because you're sort of bright and shiny. And again, to return that affection, that seems to be what this card is speaking to notice what is going on, that person is reaching out in their own way, which isn't very demonstrative, but it might mean that this person is spending money to show you, or showing off their home, or their estate, or their whatever it is, their tower, their buildings that they own, to try and impress you instead of what you're used to, which is somebody who's, it looks like, from what we're seeing here, somebody who's sort of, you're pulling along with you. For some of you, that might make sense. But overall, you are going to have to feel comfortable again with the fact that you don't have as much money as this person, and that seems to be the challenge. It's like you want interesting for Leo. This is a wealthy person for some of you, so that could be a bit of a challenge, because you're not feeling as if you're in balance with this person. You can't meet them on their own playing field, but that's really okay. That just really requires communication, and they'll totally understand. And I wanted to read a 5th card for Leo. It's pretty exciting. This is the card of marriage, the Hierophant. So for some of you, you may be getting married, or you may be actually renewing vows, or becoming more solid within the community, receiving a blessing. It's pretty exciting. And so if you are, and again, now let's read for males, in a relationship, and you're a father, and you've had something occurring sort of thing that just doesn't feel fair, that kind of energy is about you. That governing, fatherly energy is about you. In the end, it all works out. Again, take your guides' advice and go back and communicate out, because you're going to be able to get your day in you know, sort of, you'll be heard, and it's all going to be very fair. And it is in an open forum here, the way you're heard. And again, that's another way to interpret this card, but this is the card of marriage. It's the card of blessing. It's the card of tying the knot, so to speak, and or tying a nice tidy bow around any situation, any problem, any you know, unjust ruling that has been reversed. That's sort of what this speaks to. So anyway, it's a great reading for Leo. You guys, nice. Your guides are really, really working hard to give you good sound advice throughout the month. And I'll be reading more often now. I really enjoy doing these readings live, streaming them, because it allows me, you know, all this is live, of course, but it allows me to just channel, just let this stuff come and sort of seep through. I don't have any preconceived written notes here. There's nothing here other than just your guide speaking directly to me. So thanks for coming. If you'd like private and personal reading, Leo, please go to myvirtualtarot.com. You can click on one of the links below, and I will be thrilled and happy to read for you, because of course I can't give you the time and attention personally when doing a YouTube reading, of course. So do check that out, and I'll be reading this month for sure. I am available. And then last but not least, follow our class. I'm going to try to get as much done as I can on the major arcana to get you guys up to speed, and also to let you post on my site so you guys can read as amateur readers for each other. And if you go there, you'll see there's a place where we do have amateur readers, and you can actually upload your profile. You don't need me to do it. It's built in. So it's kind of like a message board. It's free. And so thanks so much for watching, and I will be finishing up here with Sagittarius. So if you have a Sagittarius moon or rising or Venus or whatever, watch it. Okay. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.